Hi, I'm Prashant Jain. I'm a chemistry professor at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. And in 2014, I received an Arnold and Mabel Beckman Young Investigator Award. And this award has allowed my research group and me to discover new catalysts through nanoscale imaging. So let me tell you about the scientific problem that we were able to address with the help of this Young Investigator Award. I'll give a very simple example. A lot of you, pretty much all of you, are probably familiar with the catalytic converter in your car. And that's what it looks like right here as I show in this picture. And this catalytic converter, its role is to take toxic gases like carbon monoxide and nitrous oxides and clean them up so that they are not emitted from the tailpipe of your car. And this catalyst functions pretty well, as we very well know, and it consists of these precious metals, especially platinum, mixed with oxide nanoparticles. But this mixture, this catalyst mixture, is pretty complex. It functions well, as I said, but till date, we do not understand the atomistic level and molecular level details of the functioning of this catalyst. For instance, where do these catalytic reactions take place in this complex mixture? What is the exact atomic or molecular structure at the location, at the site where the catalytic reactions happen? If we can actually ask and address these questions, we may be able to improve these catalysts, both for the catalytic converter as well as adapt these ideas and principles to other catalysts that are required for energy conversion and other technologies. When I started here at the University of Illinois, I was really motivated to ask these questions and to answer them. But to answer them, what I would really need is a sort of a video camera that could zoom in down at the nanometer scale level of these catalysts and these complex materials and really look at chemical reactions and chemical transformations happening on that really small scale. And there were no good methods to perform this. And this sort of reminds me, this challenge reminds me of what Dr. Beckman used to say. When you're faced with the necessity to do something, that's a stimulus for invention. And in many ways, the work we've done as part of this Young Investigator Award has been inspired by this philosophy. Now, there was already a potential solution to the challenge we were facing. Biophysicists, or physicists who study biological systems, had developed a host of techniques to study biological processes down at the level of single molecules. But this strategy relies on something known as fluorescent probes. These are molecules that are colorful and emit light. Now, none of the catalysts or the chemical reactions they involve this fluorescent emission. And therefore, this particular strategy of single molecule imaging wasn't going to work in our case. And therefore, we had to come up with a new and innovative solution. This solution involved using the inherent optical properties of a material. All materials interact with light. These are known as light-matter interactions. And this interaction can be recorded through a method known as spectroscopy. And so what we've managed to do is combine optical microscopy, spectroscopy, and something known as microfluidic reaction flow technology all together into an advanced methodology which is almost like a video camera that can zoom in into a material, a catalyst, all the way down to the smallest scales, to the small nanometer size grains of a catalyst, and really follow in real time the chemical reactions, the chemistry, the chemical transformations that take place on that very grain. And what this has allowed us to do is to study how one catalyst grain is different from another catalyst grain, or even ask, why is this catalyst grain special or much more better than another grain at performing the catalytic process? So thanks to the Young Investigator program, I've been able to take on this really big problem and address it. And over the years, I've had the fortune to work with excellent scientists, both graduate students and postdocs, who've helped us collectively to turn this vision into reality. The work that comes to mind is that of Jeremy Smith, who used this nanoscale imaging to study how metals corrode all the way down at the atomic levels. Or Shui-Chang Zhang, who understood the molecular mechanism by which a catalyst converts ethylene into ethylene oxide, an important precursor for making polymers and other chemicals. As well as the work of Andrew Wilson, who studied how the photosynthetic complex in plants converts water into oxygen, the very oxygen that we breathe. And now postdoc Andrew Wilson and graduate student Dino Devasya are taking this technique that we've developed to a whole new level. They are now able to adapt this technique to study electrocatalysts and photoelectrocatalysts. These are materials that catalyze the conversion of electrical and solar energy into chemical energy. And we will need these materials to support the renewable energy technologies that are being currently developed across the world. By watching the function of these catalysts in action all the way down at the nanometer length scales, we've been able to understand the secrets of their functioning, secrets that were never known before. And by using this new insight and new information and the new principles that we've learned from our imaging technology, we've been able to perform in our own lab nanoengineering to make more improved materials, especially catalysts that can convert carbon dioxide into hydrocarbon fuels more efficiently, or reactive materials that can scrub poisonous gases like hydrogen sulfide from petroleum-based fuels. This, I think, is going to be the true impact of our work, where our lab, as well as labs across the world, can use really basic fundamental understanding to make improved materials and improved catalysts. In addition to the opportunity to perform high-impact science, I've also been fortunate, I feel, to know the work of Dr. Arnold Beckman. What is most inspiring to me is his vision and generosity. And I feel that in my own life, if in a small way I can cultivate these same attributes, I can contribute to major challenges facing the world today. And these include climate change and income inequality. And we can all together hope to make the world a better place, just like Dr. Beckman did.